Pod, East Podcast, WATP.
Now, of course, it starts off with John talking about lawsuits. John is constantly threatening lawsuits, and somebody says, you know, John, you don't sue anyone. You keep talking about these lawsuits. You don't actually sue anyone, so no one believes you. So now he has to list off what he's up to.
North Khalifa, all your threats and not one lawsuit, really? I sued Sharon Stone. I sued SiriusXM.
I'll just point out again, Sharon Stone settled out of court. So while you may have sued her, it was a settled out of court scenario where they actually did physical harm to you. So it's kind of a no-brainer, and they just gave you $30,000 and said, go away. SiriusXM was frivolous. It was so stupid. Yeah. You had no chance. You got thrown out with prejudice. You had no chance at winning that case. It was so stupid.
I was about to sue Tukey, and if he keeps it up, I will.
I was about to sue Tukey. Lie. He said he was going to file the paperwork Thursday morning, and then we found out he was flying to Florida that morning. So no, you were never going to sue Tukey. You're lying. Also, you can't sue Tukey over a video you don't own that you claim to own the copyright for, which you do not. We all know you don't. You can keep saying you do, but you're a liar, and you're a proven liar, so that's stupid.
Last I heard, he put a certain thing behind his Patreon. Well, Patreon has more stringent rules than even YouTube. So if that be true, Rocco, then we got problems. And I will file a lawsuit. You can call it fair use all you want. Nuh-uh.
All right, this is my favorite. This is John not understanding how the law works in any single way. What Tukey and Rocco, what they say is, even if John owned the copyright for this video, which he does not, he gave a copyright strike to YouTube. He had to release the strike because they disputed it. And if you continue that down that route, then John, as the copyright holder, would have to sue him within 10 days, business days. Mm-hmm. So he decided to release the strike because he's got nothing. But he's acting like he did this out of the kindness of his heart. Sure. But watch out, because I will sue. So Tukey's like, well, no, it's fair use either way. Listen to what John says here.
You can call it fair use all you want. Nuh-uh. Wait till they hear you bash trans and bash black people. You're a racist, Tukey. We all know that. Even on this show, you said a bunch of racist shit that I had to kick you out of here. We'll see who the judge is going to side with.
Over a copyright dispute?
Yeah.
Don't forget, Rocco. You might know where I live.
Whoa, that's a weird veiled threat at the end there. He's like, I know where you live. I know where you live too, Rocco, just so you know. So in John's crazy, warped, retarded mind, he thinks that a judge is going to say, well, do you own the copyright to this video? No, I do not. Well, isn't it fair use? Well, no. In the fair use clause, if someone bashes trans people or is racist with their jokes, then you side with me. The judge goes, I don't remember that part. Let me...
But you're making some sense.
Oh, there it is right there. You're right, John Melendez. We side with you. He really thinks that he's going to win in the court of public opinion. It's not the same as court.
The Melendez clause.
Yeah.
But Judge, look at these tweets.
It's so stupid. So this is one of my favorite things to have happened on any of his shows ever. He's trying to explain how he loves everyone because Casey Armstrong and a lot of people are asking John, why do you keep calling Carl Lady K and Carla? He calls Casey Gacy. It's like, it seems like you're homophobic and transphobic when you're misgendering people and calling them gay all the time, calling me effeminate. So John goes on to say, that's crazy. I love all people. And he's going to prove it.
I am not anti-anybody. I don't care race, religion, color, ethnicity. I don't care. I treat everyone equally. Heck. I think the blacks should have sex with the whites.
He thinks the blacks should have sex with the whites.
Wow.
I mean,
that's equality.
This is a modern thing. This is a progressive person right here.
You're blowing my mind, John.
The blacks should have sex with the whites. And then, not 2 minutes later, check this out. This is insane.
Penis wrinkle. You shouldn't call them Well, no, you never use the term. You never use the term the blacks ever. That is derogatory. Ever.
You just said it. You just said the blacks. So Peter goes, you shouldn't call them the blacks. They are brown, which is, by the way, a callback to John not understanding why black people are called black people and white people are called white people. It's like, we're beige. They're brown. I told Robin Quivers this. He's so stupid.
I'm kind of taupe.
I actually have that clip in a second. But John didn't even realize that he just said that. He was the one who said the blacks. He's just like, oh, no, you never do that. That's actually very bad. Yeah, never do that.
They are brown, yes, and we're beige. We are not white. I've said that. I said it to Robin Quivers. I go, this whole, I isn't saying black. Isn't that racist? Because, they're brown. Would you call this wallet black?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
actually, I would.
Would you call this white?
No. That's,
No.
Puerto Rico.
Gray.
It's like
Yellow.
beige, pink. It doesn't make any
Cancer.
sense to me.
Do you have no understanding of history, John? You really don't know why they're called black people and white people? Is he that stupid? Again, I pose the question. Brandon, you're new here. Is he that stupid?
I think he is. I think that you try to, you give him too much credit for being this dumb. You said it before. If he could pull it off, it's the world's greatest acting performance.
Right.
But no, he's just dull.
I don't know why they call them blacks. I even asked
color is
Robin
this shirt?
Quivers that. He's such an idiot. All right, so now John's going to start threatening Casey Armstrong. So Casey used to be involved in this business, and the business partner, Casey claims it's just a sales guy for this company or something, but that guy reached out to John to give John this information on Casey. And so John, whenever John gets information about someone, he's going to weaponize it. And he cannot wait to weaponize this info he has.
KC, Brian Leader has DM'd me about your nefarious business antics and about how you stole the idea of WMAP and how you never wrote those books. So if you're gonna fucking push me, I will read them on tomorrow's show. The ball's in your court.
All right. Chugging his Gatorade Zero.
Later, that same threat.
I had to leave
Refreshing.
I had to leave all that in. Thank you. So I don't hear anyone else. There's a lot of podcasts in this stupid little Dabbleverse, Hackverse world, and people go after different people from time to time. I don't hear anyone else with threats of, if you do this, then I'm going to leak this information. That's almost like extortion or blackmail. Yeah. It's definitely not something that's legal to do, to say that I have this information and I will ruin your life if you do this thing that I don't want you to do.
But he always has to have like ammunition in the chamber ready to go. He's got to have something on the ready.
Yes. So John in his dumb mind is thinking, because he even said he knew that Casey was coming on Point Dabble Point yesterday. If I hear one lie, I will release. He already said what he was going to say that Casey didn't write the books that he claimed to have written and nefarious business deals. He's like, I will read the DMs. Thankfully, Vince the lawyer comes on later on in this episode and goes, John, that is nothing. What you have there, he goes, I've looked into this. Casey did nothing wrong. You have no evidence. Just because you got DMs from somebody doesn't mean anything. So you think you have all this stuff. You don't. You have nothing. There's nothing to go with here. This guy could have no idea who Casey Armstrong is. He could have actually worked with Casey and just not liked Casey and just wants to fuck with them. But in John's mind, if you read something on Reddit or if someone messages him something, or if they super chat him something, it must be true. It 100% has to be true. Let's not forget that John's a class act. And he used to date this girl, Karen. But not just Karen. Karen has a last name, too. And he's put that out there. And people like to ask him questions about what him and Karen would do in the bed, as you might say.
You ever finished on Karen and Harris's face? I think maybe once. Definitely on her stomach.
What a class act.
Oh, come on, man.
Is Karen Harris a public figure? Are you allowed to talk about someone like that on your show?
Oh, man, that's just classless. That
classless.
Sucks.
But Brandon, you come from radio. You must know the rules around this kind of thing. I don't know if there's FCC rules, but You guys never use people's last names if they don't have their own show or they're not a public figure. You know, if they're a politician, yeah, have at it. If they're your competition, but yeah, like what do you do?
We try not to unless that person puts themselves out there. If that person is out there gallivanting something or saying, "Look at me," as far as I know, I've never heard of this person. I've never seen this person publicized anywhere. So to me, this is just, hey, by the way, let me just tell you a quick little fact about what me and Karen did. Definitely on a stomach.
And this is a girlfriend since before he was married, so we're going back 20, 30 years, and he's still bragging about having sex with a girl. It's embarrassing. Yeah. All of this is very embarrassing. It almost is like a guy who doesn't have sex with girls. Right? That's the kind of person who brags about finishing on someone's face or in their mouth, like what he said a few weeks ago.
I got so much tail in 86.
All right. Oh my God. This whole episode started off bragging about this battle of the bands when he was in high school. Oh. It was so stupid. He hit every single detail. It went on for like 12 minutes explaining how amazing his band was and everything that happened.
We were the best.
So let's talk about misgendering me. I'm bored of this subject. I don't care. John can call me Lady Kmart and Carla and anything else. I don't give a fuck. The reason why I'm pulling this clip is because John's so bad at defending himself over it. He doesn't understand how to defend himself. And I love when he gets his mother involved, who's sitting right next to him here.
Base bill, thanks $5. Every time you misgender call, you break your own regarded lib for rules. How can you be translile if you make being trans? How is it derogatory? If he wants to be a lady, then if he wants to be known as Carla, what do you want me to do? Not call him Carla?
Do I want to be known as Carla, producer Chris?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I've never said that.
I shouldn't call him Lady K? If he wants to dress up as a cowgirl?
Is he gaslighting me? I want to dress up as a cowgirl. It was a consequence to wear a cow bikini. Not a cowgirl. A cow bikini. It was a consequence on the creep off.
So this is back to the performative version of John.
I know. It's annoying.
I don't know what to call this one. He's like, oh, I'm just trying to do the right thing.
Right. It's
confused.
It's
fake
gaslighting.
Confusion.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of that term, but this is exactly what this says. He's just like, Carl's the one who calls himself Carla.
Yeah.
No, never once. Never a single fucking time.
No. And no, I've never heard you call yourself Lady K either. And if he wants to base this whole thing off of the cow bikini picture, he was in drag all the time for the Tonight Show. There's pictures of him dressed up like Wendy. I'm not stuttering. You gotta. It works for you too, asshole.
Yeah, for Miss America, the Howard Stern book, he famously has a photo in there dressed in drag, dressed up like a woman.
But I didn't enjoy it. Juanita.
And come in my chat as Carla? I'm not supposed to call him that?
I never did that.
What do you... If I call him Carl, then I'm misgendering him.
Okay.
Right?
No.
I don't know.
You do.
Ma, if somebody comes in my chat and keeps calling himself Carla, then aren't I going to call that person Carla?
What's a chat?
Yeah, then I'm going to call him Carla.
Leading the witness? Yeah. Objection, Your Honor. Ma, if someone comes into my chat and says, I'm better than them, right?
She'll be representing him in the next suit.
Yes.
And then he poses in a cowgirl outfit. I don't know what else to tell you.
He's so stupid.
Yeah. Because that's what you wear every day.
Yeah. Yeah, the moms enjoy this.
Yeah, right.
All right.
I love how he does his show in front of the fine china, by the way. Now, I don't have a fantastic background myself, but when you're the star of the show, find something better than the fine china.
Yeah, he should be in a room somewhere. He's always out in the living room bothering everyone. And I didn't pull this clip. It was a couple days ago, but his mom is milling about in front of him while he's doing a show. He's like, Ma, you're distracting me. Can you just go in the other room? Can you just get up and go in the other? It's like, you're in her fucking house, John. What do you do? You're bossing her around. She's not asking you to podcast every day from her living room. All right, so because John likes to call people gay and misgender them, people keep calling him out for that. Again, I don't care. John can call me gay till he's blue in the face, and
he probably will.
Probably will at some point, yes. But this is John's defense for that.
I have 2 gay kids. You think I'm anti-gay? Are you out of your mind?
Now, this is what I want to analyze. We talked about this on Point Dabble Point. Actually, I'm going to bring in my buddy Cardiff. He might have some info on this too. What's happening, Cardiff?
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey. Hope you're in a better mood now than you were this morning.
I'm always in a good mood on this show, Carl.
All right, good. I'm glad to hear that. We treat you the right way over here.
And I do
Carter.
want to go back to the Battle of the Band stuff if you have a second.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that in a second. John just said he has 2 gay kids. So we know that the middle daughter is gay. She explained that in that article that we read that was posted.
Yes.
And then his firstborn was gay in high school. In fact, famously was prom queen and queen. The first time ever a gay couple was voted the prom queen and queen at that high school. Because
Calabasas High School.
Yes, her and her girlfriend were very popular.
And we only know that
then-
because he tweeted it out constantly.
Correct. I know all this information I know because John's told me this and everyone else. All right. I'm not fishing for this information. But then the gay daughter became a man who I assume still likes women. Wouldn't that make him a straight man? Wouldn't he have 1 gay daughter and 1 trans son? Not 2 gay kids?
I think instead of saying gay kids, he should have used the alphabets, the LGBTQ.
Then you get away with it very easy. You don't have to explain yourself.
I'm looking for the I keep trying to think, but nothing happens drop.
Yes, I know. It's a real head scratcher, isn't it? You're like, all right, I know John's a victim, but is he describing his victimhood correctly? I can't tell.
He doesn't know.
Cardiff, talk to me about this Battle of the Band story that he started off his show with.
He went on for about 10 minutes describing the sets they built.
Yep.
They had guillotines and trap doors and all this
Costumes, masks. They had this whole elaborate thing where pallbearers came out and carried a casket up to the stage.
He didn't put this much in the opening for Ozzy, but at Plain Edge High School, my alma mater,
Yep.
he put all this effort into doing this, and it was a sold-out show. Remember, it was a sold-out show for the Battle of the Bands. Like, he was talking about this. There's no fucking way Stuttering John built a trap door. John, show us something from this Battle of the Bands that proves any of this actually happened. Like, he's describing Alice Cooper in 1986. That's
Right.
what he's describing. It's not the still ministers or stiff ministers.
Stiff ministers, yeah.
The stiff ministers.
And then George Carlin gave me a time machine, and we got Eddie Van Halen and Mozart, and we started rocking out.
Buckethead was there.
I thought of Bill and Ted.
Do you know what kind of engineering is required to build a trap door that somebody's not going to die from?
Yeah, it's I'm not buying it. You keep flicking on and off over there. I don't know what, Chris. All right, we got to do
Too
something
handsome.
about that. That's never the problem with producer Chris Cardiff. Speaking of handsome, there's a guy who uses the old Cleveland Indians logo as his avatar, and John is not happy about that.
This guy is using Chief Wahoo. That is racist. Okay?
Didn't
And
notice
he's
the
insulting
name.
my daughter.
Oh,
I was going to say, that's not why he's using it.
Yeah, let's go back to what that was. Is Lily Delabate, and of course that would imply that John's daughter's father is actually Gary Delabate, Baba Booey, and it does say, "Is Baba Booey my real dad? I hope he is. He's rich." And so whenever John sees something like this that he doesn't want to address, he either talks about a spelling error or a typo or racism. This is a logo that was on a stadium 3 years ago.
Right.
It was on everyone's shirt in that stadium 3 years ago, and now it's the craziest thing anyone's ever seen.
3 years ago,
This
ended.
guy is using Chief Wahoo. That is racist. Okay? And he's insulting my daughter. What?
Actually insulting Baba Booey.
Yes, because that's what Carl was trying to compare Lily to Gary because of her teeth. Yeah, they beat on my kids, Mom.
She goes, oh, I didn't know that. She's like, it does make sense, though.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, because of her fucking teeth.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Yeah, Susanna and Gary were very good friends, weren't they?
Yeah, right. It's all coming together for her. I was like,
But I can't call him Carla. But he can goof on Lily.
Yeah.
But I can't call him Carla.
That's funny.
I know it
Can
is.
you
I'm glad you're
imagine,
watching, Mom, because you see the hypocrisy in all these people.
Yeah.
It's not hypocrisy. I don't care if you call me Carla. It's fine. We don't care.
Can you imagine a grandmother having to deal with this?
No. I'm glad you're here to hear my side of the story so that you can back me up on all of this. Yeah, must be nice.
Yeah, John. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So now this is hilarious because Vince the lawyer has been sending food to John's house, regardless of where he is, California, Florida, New York. It's constantly food getting sent to his house. And on Christmas Day, he sent Domino's, and John was not having that. We don't need that shit. Get that shit out of here. But they kept sending food, so eventually John decided to make signs and put them outside. He's got all these signs outside.
Fucking amazing.
Tell people, yeah, I have an example of one that Shuli sent me. We showed on Point Devil Point last night. I'll show you. So John decided to put these signs out. Well, unfortunately, Vince decided to order pizza from the place they actually like the pizza from. So now, what the fuck are we going to do? How do we navigate this? Because we actually want that pizza, but we already put up the signs, and how are we going to pull this off?
Don't, Vince. Thanks, Ducks. Don't do it because they're not going to come up here. You know, I got signs all over the place, Vin. He's trying to send us a free pizza from Papalotto's.
Oh.
So if you want him, you got to go out front. He's a friend.
Oh, okay. That's Vince.
Yeah, that's Vince. So if you want it,
He's a friend.
He's trying to solve this problem right now. He's like, okay, there's food being sent here. We want that food. There are signs outside that say, don't ring the doorbell or knock on the door. Mom, go sit out in the rain. Yeah, that was a solution.
Ma, you go wait. You wait for it.
Right.
Yeah, the leading the witness. So if you want it, I want it. But I'm not saying that
That's
part.
a good point. Yes.
Outside now.
well, they'll probably come and see the signs and not come in. But if you don't want to get up, don't worry about it.
Oh, put it on her.
You know, they'll keep it for you probably. Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, you can go down there and
Yeah,
pick
Vince,
it up.
sorry, man. We got it all barricaded here.
Yeah, barricaded.
Yeah. So this is an example of the sign. I have it up on the screen right now. Do not knock
Knocking?
Danish thing.
Yeah. Do not knock or ring the doorbell. 3 exclamation points. And for some reason, instead of a K, they put an N, and then they tried to fix it by coloring it in, but I don't think it worked.
Oh, wait, that draws attention to it. Shit.
Yeah, now it looks even
My
stupider.
5-year-old daughter can make a better sign than that. That is such a terrible sign.
There's no thought about centering or how much room they're going to have. By the time he has in the mouth, they're like, oh shit, how do I fit doorbell on here?
What was I going to say?
The word do is the biggest word on that sign.
Yeah.
Quickly lost real
Hey, you
estate.
kind of petered out there at the end.
And now
they-
this is the same pizza guy who's John got his son into NYU.
That's right. I forgot about that. There's so much has happened this week. It's so insane. So, do you want to tell that story real quick? John had to call the dean
Yeah,
and vouch for this guy. He doesn't even
so
know.
this guy asked for a letter, as John is such a esteemed NYU attendee. That's all I'll say is he attended NYU.
Mhm.
We have no evidence of graduation.
Correct.
But this pizza guy asked John to write a letter to help his son get into NYU. And John, going above and beyond, got the dean on the phone, said, hey, this is this kid. He's going to do good.
It's a good kid.
It's a good kid.
I don't know. I'm looking at the grades. I'm looking at what he did as far as extracurriculars. I'm not seeing it. But if John Melendez is telling me this is a good kid, all right. I'll do this for you, buddy.
It's unbelievable.
He's really stupid. He thinks that we're all stupid too, which is the fun part about this.
And 10 short years later, his son gave my son skateboards. So quid
right.
pro quo.
So, yeah, I forgot about that part of it. So now we're going to see John watching Casey Armstrong. And I just want us to sit back and observe an idiot who has no idea how to review another show, how to analyze it. What he does, because he's a moron, he yells at Casey Armstrong as if Casey is watching him back. He literally has conversations with people who aren't there and who aren't watching the show. I know Casey wasn't watching the show because I talked to him right after this happened, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I wasn't watching that." So he's not watching this. He's not paying attention. But John wouldn't know that.
I gotta reply to it because my friend Tubby, he sends me a bunch of clips of John talking about me, and every fucking clip is a lie.
Really? Like what, Case? Like what? What's the lie? I'd like to hear it. Numbnuts.
Well, maybe unpause it then. He pauses and starts yelling at him. This is not happening in real time, John. This is pre-recorded. You're watching a rerun.
Imagine
Yell
going
louder.
to a live play with John.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead. Tell me the lie.
It's completely untrue. And I don't know. How does he get away with doing that? Look, I'm not going to sue the guy. Everyone knows that. I happen to be a man. Maybe I should knock out that shit.
But while he's going to bash me for being anti-gay, he just uses a misogynistic term. I'm not going to sue him because I'm a man. As if only women sue? Is that what you're trying to say, Kate? You are so bad at this. It is so easy to take you down.
All right, John, I'll translate it since you're a moron. What he's saying is that man up. Be a man about it. Settle these things outside of court and the law. Let's not get courts involved and attorneys and attorney fees and judges. Man the fuck up.
That is misogynist.
Talk to someone directly is what Casey is saying. And watch John. He's so proud of himself. He thinks he's got a gotcha right here.
As if only women sue? Is that what you're trying to say, Kate?
No, that's not what he's trying to say at all. That's stupid.
And that's John deliberately not getting the point.
Is he deliberately not getting
Yes,
the point?
of course.
Okay, yeah, because watch him victory lap about this.
Yeah.
You are so bad at this. It is so easy to take you down. Because I'm a man. What does that mean, Case? You're not going to sue because you're a man. So only men don't sue. Is that what you're saying, Case? You just screwed up your whole argument in your first 10 seconds. Vince, you must be impressed.
Now we're
How
talking to Vince.
easily I can dissect this lummox and fucking,
Yeah. See how he's not talking back to me?
he's too easy.
I shut him up.
Yeah, he's not saying nothing.
He makes fucking Lady K seem like Einstein.
Sick burn.
So based on this criteria, can John's oldest son sue?
Well, see, again, I go back to, are there two gay children or just one? I don't know.
I don't know.
See, I know what you're saying. Deliberately missing the point. But then the way that he says, I just fucking crushed this guy. Obviously, he has no argument against me because I beat him. And this goes on because he brings on Vince the lawyer. Vince the lawyer comes on the show, which, by the way, him and Vince the lawyer had a falling out earlier in the week, and now they're friends again. Of course. Because Vinny just knows how to manipulate John. He really understands exactly how to control him in every single way. Proves it over and over again, multiple times a week. And John keeps falling for it. I know he trolls me sometimes. He's always trolling you. He's trolling you right now. Here is an example.
Oh, you mean the secret
Vince, are
formula
you
of beer
watching
and
this?
pizza?
Well, no. The secret formula is you agree with them on who they think sucks. So when Vince the lawyer goes, yeah, Shuli's not funny. John goes, see? This guy gets it. This guy gets me. Or he makes fun of my teeth or something. He's just like, yep, Lady K's got shitty teeth. I like
The
this
enemy
Vince
of
guy.
my enemy is my friend.
Yes. So he falls for it every time. But yeah, it doesn't, the pizza and beer doesn't hurt. That's for sure. He does
Softening.
enjoy it. He does enjoy getting some free goodies.
Vince, are you watching this idiot?
Yeah, I am. Well, I'm watching.
But what? I mean, haven't we already said this a billion times?
Well, I mean, I have different opinions on the thing, but John, I do have to apologize. You're 100% accurate. He asked me if you were ever selfless to someone, and I.
Okay, so this is very good trolling on Vince's part. I wouldn't think to do this. He's playing on the fact that John thinks that offering to watch my cats that don't exist in Florida is the same as doing me a favor. In John's mind, if he offers to do something nice for somebody, he already did that nice thing for somebody. So watch how Vince plays this.
To someone, and I totally forgot that you selflessly made an apology, or not apology, you made a declaration to him saying, if there's ever any time you need me, I'll be there for you, Casey. And Vince, you can use this part of the audio. We have other audio that we had other private conversation, but specifically, you did something nice for him. Yep. And I totally blew it. I totally forgot that.
I was so mad. I'm going, Vince, bring up the take. Did you remember I said the world is better with you?
Yes. And John, as we're watching it in the car, I was telling the kids, I'm like, I was so stupid because.
See, he's working in all these. This is immediately when he gets on the show. So he's already playing John by saying, I forgot when they asked about an example of you being selfless. I forgot you offered to help him out if he ever needs help.
Well, no one ever apologizes to John, so that's the perfect lead is, hey,
Correct.
I owe you an apology.
Correct.
He's already won.
He loves
He could say anything after that.
But then he also plays into the fact that he has, for whatever reason, convinced John that his children enjoy Stuttering John's program. Yeah. There is no way in fucking hell any child would sit there.
Yeah, if adults don't, why would kids?
Children would not enjoy this program in any single way. It would make no sense. So then Vince works in. I was talking to my kids. We were watching this in the car.
Watching it in the car, I was telling the kids, I'm like, I was so stupid because he's trying to like paint this picture of a negative towards you. And with that specific question, you actually did something privately for him, selflessly for him. You made this beautiful speech to him that I never actually got to give to him. But yeah, sorry about that.
No, I know. But that would have, I bet you that would have had him in tears if you played it.
Ugh. John thinks that just suggesting you do something nice for someone would have somebody in tears.
Hey, what else are we here for? Gotta help out.
Right. So charitable, this man. It's unbelievable. So then what happens next is John's talking about those DMs he got from Casey's supposed business partner that's going to out Casey for all this nefarious business dealings. And this is where Vince, the lawyer, goes, actually, I've looked into it. There's really nothing there. I don't know that you should even be exposing this stuff. You don't know who sent that to you. You don't know if the information's correct. I've looked into it. It doesn't seem like it is. And then props to VTL, something I don't say very often. He brings up Tahiti Village. He goes, John, what about if someone brought up about, how you used to promote Tahiti Village and that was kind of a shady thing that they were doing at the timeshare? Because remember, we played it recently when John was on the Adam Carolla show in 2008 and he was promoting Tahiti Village. He didn't say it was a timeshare. He didn't say there was a timeshare pitch. He didn't say anything like that. He just said, 3 days, 2 nights, beautiful resort, and it's totally free. You got to trust me on this one. Just tell him John Melendez sent you. And it's a free vacation. It's beautiful. Never, and you're going to be forced to be in meetings, and there's a hard sales pitch, and you got to go through this and this and this. None of that information was put out there. So Vince brings this up to him, and all of a sudden, John's memory gets foggy. It's weird because John remembers everything. It's a steel trap. You can't get past this. As soon as Tahiti Village gets brought up, John can't remember, and he starts to stutter again, which is weird. I haven't seen John stutter in months. But then all of a sudden, when he's lying...
Remember you pitched Tahiti Village? Should we hold you liable for that if there was anything wrong with it? I don't know if there was, but
Tahiti Village.
Tahiti Village.
Yeah, you used to pitch Tahiti Village. Remember you were fighting with Howard, and you weren't necessarily on Howard's show, but you were pitching it to one of the other podcasters, and that's where you and Howard started to get into an argument about like 10 years ago.
Tahiti.
You don't remember being a pitch man for Tahiti Village?
No, but was that was it? I thought it was just timeshares.
The only thing John has ever admitted to has been being a bad actor when he has spoken of his own movie.
Right.
So he should not try this tactic.
No, I know. It doesn't work at all. We're not buying it for a second.
Looking off in the distance.
Oh, Tahiti Village. Gosh, that sounds familiar for some reason. Why?
I could go for a Tahitian treat right now.
Well, I have one more clip on here, and this is my favorite one because as they're talking about all the transphobia and all these terrible things and John's children, Vince asked the question that we all want to know the answer to, only because John will not answer it. Would you have sex with a trans woman? I don't care if it's pre or post, whatever. Would you have sex with a trans woman? So Vince asks this question, and John, the deflections here are amazing. There's 2 in a row, actually.
Tell you.
Workout video.
Would you ever hook up with a post-op transsexual?
I have never thought about those things.
Well, think about it now.
But if presented with,
I know Jim Norton is with a, you know,
Neither here nor there.
A transgender person now, and I don't.
Yep.
It doesn't.
pre or post op.
I don't.
Well, does the person have a penis or not?
Jim Norton's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Does he know that for a fact?
I don't know. I think he just wants out of this interview.
Yeah, I think so too.
We can only assume.
We can only assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if someone had a penis, would you hook up with them if they were trans?
Yeah, good question.
Who are these people trying to come into my room, and why did
all
you
of a
give my
sudden-
fucking link out?
All of a sudden, there's people trying to get into his chat. Oh my god! Or I mean, into the show. They're in the green room back there.
Oh, he
And
can see the green room?
He just noticed it now, even though they've been there for 15 minutes. Because I know what was going on behind the scenes. You had Mike Morse in there and producer Joe, both trying to get on the show. Both got blocked. They've both shown evidence of that. They filmed it. Them getting blocked by John. And now all of a sudden it's just like, all right, enough about Jim Norton. What would you do? And he's like, wait a second. What is this back here?
Me? I didn't give shit.
Yeah, it looks like it's like weird.
Vince
What?
is also a bad liar.
Who, me?
Yeah, watch.
I didn't give shit out.
Yeah, it looks like it's like weird. What?
I didn't give shit out. Don't let him in.
No, I'm not. But you definitely gave it out because I only sent you the link.
Okay. So that's our buddy Stuttering John. We got to keep asking that question. I don't think anyone should give John money, but if you do, ask him if he would have sex with a trans woman. I want to know how committed he is to the cause.
Who are these podcasts?